Travis Strikes Back is one of the Nintendo Switch's most highly anticipated titles for 2018. But even though it's still got some of the qualities that makes this franchise unique and amazing, there's something that just isn't quite right about the gameplay. Let's find out more. Hello YouTube, it's your host Raven Rose and you are watching Dual Edge. And rather than repeat the Pokemon rumors like a parrot, I thought I'd just do something original. No More Heroes is a game. No, scratch that. No More Heroes is an experience that can only be described as, well, weird, or an experience. Either way, it's something truly unique, and in this day and age of gaming, that is rare. So when Suda51 announced that he was going to be working on a new addition to the franchise, even though it was only going to be a spin-off, fans knew to be excited. But after seeing first footage of the gameplay, it may seem that the initial flair of uniqueness that the franchise holds dear may be missing. No More Heroes has always been a game that thrived on the experience of the absurd, and there's no reason to expect anything different with a new return to the series. Now, for the record, I'm not saying that it's going to be a bad game. I'm just saying, just bear this in mind. I do not want the angry Nintendo No More Heroes fanbase at my door when I'm just trying to walk around. Now, the overall weirdness and unique variety of No More Heroes was something that seeped into the gameplay. Now, to some, it may look like a generic hack and slash, but features like a random roulette wheel multiplier that added different statuses and features and even attacks to your character just made the whole thing brilliant and a mark of genius. It would even affect like your status, making you power up into a super version of Travis which had a bag on his head. Very weird. All of those different mechanics and more blended together to become something that could only be described as, for lack of a better word, unique. I know I've said that a lot. But when it comes to an experience like this, that's kind of the only word you can use. Unique and weird. And definitely violent. Yeah, you can throw in violent too. But when you compare that to this, even though what we have in front of us looks vibrant, breathtaking and cool, it still lacks some of the general uniqueness and overall weirdness that made No More Heroes very cool. If anything looks more like a general hack and slash, it'd kind of be this. Now, one of the things about this new title that definitely follows the franchise tradition of overall weirdness is the fact that it's going to be taking a variety of gameplay styles and genres and mixing them into one overall package. Which means we could get anything from sports to racing games and to knowing Suda51, probably a dating sim. Yeah, probably expect something like that in there. Well, here's the thing. Two things actually. If all of these gameplay styles are done in a generic way, even if well, it's still gonna lack that overall No More Heroes flair that we so call, that we just the fans just love. Like, even if a racing game is done well and it still doesn't have that traditional No More Heroes jank, it's gonna be a little bit weird. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not like No More Heroes, the franchise hasn't had a variety of gameplay styles before. The first No More Heroes had driving, old school games, work games where you had to, get a job to get money to buy new weapons and to get new contracts. It was really cool. So variety in the No More Heroes games is definitely nothing new. Now trust me, I'm not being a negative Nancy. No More Heroes is still on my most anticipated list from the year. Definitely. But when you look at the old games, whether it was the crazy roulette reel, the out of this world characters, the over the top bosses, the over the top wrestling moves, the crazy shops, the Grand Theft like open world, there was always something that make you thought, hey, what is there to this game? What more is there to this experience which is driving it? You never knew exactly what it was that you was looking at. But from checking this out, you kind of see what you're getting, and that's never been the way of No More Heroes. Oh no. So yes, that's it. My very critical look at No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Back. Now, I don't want you to get the wrong idea of this and think I was being a negative Nancy. This is still one of my most hyped games. I really like this. But when the gameplay was revealed, I just noticed like the general hype from the fans just died down. And I think it was just because some of them was just kind of expecting more of a fully fledged No More Heroes game. And I'm not gonna lie, that was never promised to us. So hey, that's one thing. That's one way to look at it. But let me know what you think about this. Like, I still have hope for this. I still think it's going to be a good title. I mean, come on, it's Suda 51. But, you know, let me know what you think. Like, hey, I remember what I said. I just don't want the Nintendo ninjas coming at my door, you know. I don't want those problems. So, yes, if you are new here, like and subscribe. Tap that notification so you know when we are live with new videos. And yes, sayonara.